The People's Democratic Party (PDP) for Edo State don call on Edo people, civil society organizations and Naija people as a whole say make dem focus on wetin the current government dey do so that the state no go fall backward. Chairman of the party, Dr. Tony Azegbeme, wey tok on behalf of the party for one tok meeting with Tori pipo wey dem do for the party secretariat for Airport Road, Benin City on Tuesday, November 26, 2024, come tok say Edo State see plenty improvement for all sectors under the leadership of the Obaseki-led administration. According to Oga Azegbeme, e come tok say the reason why dem hold the tok meeting na to make Edo pipo and other pipo wey dey concerned sabi the disturbing and troubling things wey dey shele under the APC government. Say if dem no address am well, e fit bring bad luck to the state democracy, peace, progress and security. Dr. Azegbeme come still tok say just 14 days after Governor Okpebholo enter office, im don scatter the peace wey the state get.
In the last 8 years, everybody agrees to the fact that Edo State witnessed unprecedented development across all sectors, and the government of Edo State was the envy of other states, was bettered in this country. It is against this background that we had to call this press conference to draw the attention of the public and other critical stakeholders to the very troubling and disturbing developments in Edo State under the All Progressive Congress-led administration, which, if not appropriately addressed, could spell doom for our democracy and serve as a recipe for anarchy and instability, thereby threatening the peace, progress, and security of our dear state. Today, ironically, we have the APC-led administration clocking 14 days in office, led by Senator Monday Okpebholo, who has, through his actions and inactions, have succeeded in just 14 days, setting a very dangerous tone for crisis and breach of public peace. And we are worried that this troubling precedent may just be an ignition for a conflagration that may well be avoided and better avoided.
Oga Azegbeme come still yarn say security agencies go need to look into the recent attack on the PDP secretariat by Kabaka Adu from APC, say dem attack the PDP to frustrate the party's move to take back the mandate wey their candidate Aso Ighodalo win. According to Oga Azegbeme, im yarn say dem spoil property wey worth millions of naira and carry some important things like election papers comot. Dr. Azegbeme come also chook mouth on top the government vehicles recovery committee led by Kelly Okpebholo, as im accuse dem say dem break into the house of former Governor Godwin Obaseki, beat and harass security people wey dey there.
Just last week here, on Thursday to be precise, at about 1:30 p.m., the APC mobilized thugs to attack the PDP secretariat on Airport Road, where you are, in their desperation to intimidate, frustrate our efforts at reclaiming the mandate duly given to our party and its candidate Aso Ighodalo at the 21st of September governorship election. The barbaric and unprovoked attack on the PDP secretariat was led by one Kabaka Adu, who invaded the premises, destroying properties worth millions of naira and cutting away valuable items and election documents. I've not seen people that are so dumb that you will imagine that we just keep only one copy of the documents we are using in the court, only in the party secretariat. Just that they know. Those documents are in 5 copies, and they are in different locations in this country. In the same manner, thugs under the payroll of the governor-elect select Okpebholo as government vehicle recovery agents, led by one Kelly Okpebholo, a shitting of the APC in the state, broke into the private residence of the immediate past governor of the state, His Excellency Godwin Obaseki, in Gestapo style, assaulting, harassing security personnel at the premises, looking for phantom vehicles. Anybody that knows the immediate past governor will know that he's not that kind of person that holds on to material things. Material things are alien to him, unlike these low-bred APC members. This is most reprehensible and unacceptable, and we urge relevant security agencies to thoroughly investigate these barbaric attacks and ensure that the perpetrators of these lawless and dastardly acts are brought to book. As I was walking into this hall, I also got a message that this same so-called government vehicle recovery agents were at the golf mills where our candidates used to live, also looking for government vehicles in that premises. We condemn these acts in the strongest terms. We are not surprised though, because we know that lawlessness is in the DNA of the APC.
Dr. Okpebholo also accused Governor Okpebholo and the Deputy Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa say they never resigned from their position for Senate and House of Representatives. A contact said they need to tell INEC to declare their seat vacant so that by-election fit happen according to the 1999 Constitution, Section 68, Subsection 1D.
2 weeks after their inauguration on November 12th, as governor-select, Senator Monday Okpebholo and his deputy Dennis Idahosa have failed to officially resign from their respective seats in the Senate and in the House of Representatives, denying their constituencies of representation at the National Assembly. This is in total vagrance with what Section 68(1)(d) of the 1999 Constitution has amended states. And I quote, "A member of the Senate or the House of Representatives shall vacate his seat in the House of which he is a member if he becomes a president, the vice president, the governor, deputy governor, or a minister of the government of the Federation, or a commissioner of the government of a state, or a special advisor." It cannot be clearer than that. It was expected that even before they were sworn in, they should have resigned their positions in the National Assembly to clear way for the principal officers of the National Assembly to write to INEC to declare those seats vacant and for INEC to activate the provisions of the law and conduct by-elections. It's as straightforward as that. But when you refuse to write your letter of resignation, the principal officers in the National Assembly will not have any document to work on to activate the declaration of the seats vacant. How can they simultaneously hold the positions of a governor of a state, a governor and senator, as well as deputy governor and member of the House of Representatives? It is only right and constitutional that they should resign their membership, allowing their seats to be declared vacant, and paving the way for a by-election. But again, we're not surprised. APC thrives on illegality and lawlessness and has continued to tread on this infamous path while making a mockery of their constituents.
Oga Okpebholo constitute matter on top of the State Procurement Act, Edo Best and other matters, as in beg Governor Okpebholo say make he do work without complaint, as in remind and say Obaseki government already do their own part for state development.
You're all aware, I'm sure you were invited, when there was a ceremony somewhere in Rama Park where the Okpebholo-led government declared that they were constructing an overhead bridge from Rama Park, not even know to where. Now, you were sworn in just 2 weeks ago. you do not have a tenders board in place. You do not have an executive council in place. You have not published that project. You don't have appropriation in this year's budget for that project. And yet, you signal to the whole world that is it CECC have been awarded the contract. Even if we were in Iyekoriomo state, that ought not to happen. And that should not happen. And we are alerting Edo people because the path to dictatorship is always filled with good intentions. The flyover is nothing but a white elephant project to reward godfathers for their role in subverting the will of Edo people at the just concluded governorship election. And we demand that the government makes public the procurement procedure for this project, stating the cost of the project and timeline, how the contractor was selected, and whether the process complies with the state's Public Procurement Act, among other details relating to the project. You're also aware that this administration is dismantling all the levels of government that they inherited. And so, we are not surprised that they consider the State's Procurement Act a hindrance that must be dismantled. Okpebholo has procured over 5 billion naira worth of vehicles without proper procurement process. So much so that the permanent secretary in the governor's office is threatening civil servants in central administration for refusing to accept vehicles due to improper documentation, while desperately looking for ways to pass entries for over 2 billion naira of the inauguration cost. The Edo State Procurement Act is at risk, and we must all, and we ask everybody to stand up to make sure that that act is not killed. As if their shenanigans weren't enough, they have continued the callous and reckless sack of civil and public servants in the state, inflicting more hardship and suffering on the dismissed workers and their families, who are already grappling with an economy made unbearable by the gross mismanagement of the national economy by the APC government at the center. This shows the level of the government's insensitivity to the plight of the people, and a troubling sign of what may lie ahead under the new administration. Today, 26th day of November, by now, civil servants in the state will have been receiving their last because the Obaseki-led administration made sure that everybody in the state was paid on the 26th day of the month. We are aware that as we speak, nobody in the state has received any alert. For 8 years, the PDP-led administration pays salaries on or before the 25th of every month. And as of today, the November salaries have not been paid, in spite of the fact, and we are saying this with all sense of responsibility, the Obaseki-led administration left behind in the coffers of the state over 30 billion naira. What have they done with that money? They have fretted away that money and shared it to their godfathers for the role they played in subverting the will of Edo people. A most ludicrous one is Okpebholo's visit to one school in Ovia Northeast. And there was this idea that the school is dilapidated, the walls are falling off, the roof. I say clearly, did we ever say under Edo Best that all the schools in the state have been renovated? Edo Best is not about the physical structure of a school alone. Edo Best is not built, the whole thing is not centered on only the physical structure. Is it important? Yes, it's important, but there's no government that can do about more than 2,000 and something schools in the state. It's not possible for one government to do all. Under our administration, we did more than 340 schools. What we expect is for the next 6 months that Okpebholo will be there. He should do the ones he can do for the next 6 months. Because after that, we will reclaim our mandate. Okpebholo must be reminded that governance and administration go beyond stealing the people's mandate. While his short-lived tenure lasts until the People's Democratic Party reclaims the mandate duly given to him by those voters, he remains the governor-elect and must stop indicting himself. From the moment he took the oath of office, the responsibility is his alone. He has no one else to blame or complain to. The PDP government has done its best and successfully worked on over 340 schools from the many others across the 3 senatorial districts. The ball is now in his court to do his part, just as the PDP government did. It should stop complaining and focus on delivering results for the people if really it has anything to offer. The composition of the SUBEB board, which has just been announced, is in total variation with the provisions of the SUBEB Act. It confirms our worst fears that APC and Okpebholo are only interested in the possibility of award and execution of contracts by SUBEB and not the formulation, regulation, and implementation of education policy. We are hereby calling on all Edo people, civil society organizations, and well-meaning Nigerians to beam their attention on this administration so as to prevent a descent into avoidable situations with their consequences on the peace and security of our dear state.
Make una no forget say as we see am, na so we dey talk am. We no dey take blame. From Benin City, Ekata Ojesole, TMC TV News.